Do you have a reactive dog? Here's what you need to know about stress hormones and how to help your dog starting today. Today, we're digging into something that has a huge impact on your reactive dog's behavior, cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone. You've probably heard that term before, but what does it actually mean? When your dog encounters something that they perceive as threatening, like a skateboarder rides by, or there's a large dog, or a loud sound, their body kicks into high gear, adrenaline surges, and so does cortisol. Now, cortisol doesn't cause stress, but it does regulate your dog's stress response. Along with adrenaline, it gives the body the fuel it needs to either run away or fight, what we call the fight or flight response. Here's the key takeaway. When your dog believes they are in a threatening situation, like I said, when a skateboarder rides by, your dog receives a surge of cortisol and adrenaline, and this makes them less likely to be able to hear you. They're not ignoring you, they're physically unable to focus because their brain is flooded with stress hormones. Now, how long does it take for the cortisol levels to return to normal? That's where things get interesting. You might have heard that cortisol stays in your dog's system for 72 hours after a stressful event. Trainers confidently repeat that statistic all the time. I don't know where that number came from, but I'm the dog librarian, so what do? I look it up. And guess what? When I looked at the research, I couldn't find any scientific study showing that cortisol stays in a dog's system for 72 hours. I suspect that number is made up. One trainer said it because it sounded good, and every trainer has repeated it since. What I did find were a range of studies with different results. This study by Beerda and others found that cortisol levels can normalize in 30 to 60 minutes. Others showed a range of up to 2.5 to 5 hours, depending on the severity of the situation. One study on rats found cortisol levels remained elevated for 96 hours, right? So 4 days. But that was after repeated traumatic shocks to the tail. That's extreme. So what does this mean for you? If your dog has a mild scare, like seeing a bicycle whiz by, it may take just 30 minutes for them to reset. But a truly traumatic event, like a dog attack, could lead to prolonged cortisol elevation. That's why trigger stacking is so harmful. If your dog is hit with trigger after trigger before their body has time to return to baseline, they stay in a heightened stress state. And when that happens, learning stops, focus stops. They can't hear you. Reactivity increases. So how do we help? Inside my full Reactive Dog Reset course, we go step by step through trigger vacations, counter conditioning, and recovery strategies, so your dog can truly heal. And here's the coolest part. A study by Schöberl and colleagues adapted a classic psychology experiment for dogs. If you've taken a psych class, you might have heard of the experiment. It's called The Strange Situation, and it was designed to study attachment style in children. If you're curious, you can look it up, but here's what you need to know. When the researchers applied the strange situation to dogs, they found that dogs with a secure attachment to their owner had lower cortisol levels during stressful situations, but only when the owner was present. This means that the dogs were better able to cope with threatening situations when their owner was with them. So, your presence matters, not just for training, but for your dog's overall emotional regulation. You are your dog's safe place. The relationship you are building helps them cope better, think better, and feel safer in a chaotic world. Keep going. You're doing an amazing job just by being here. Do you want to see the full course with hands-on focus games, holistic care, and real-world demos? This is the most comprehensive and only evidence-based course for reactive dogs on the market. Click the link below, grab your spot in the Reactive Dog Reset, and start transforming your life with your dog today.